One of the greatest miracles of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the splitting of the moon. This is something that showed the world that he was no doubt a true prophet. Now, as a Muslim, we believe in this, as we believe in some great miracles of other prophets like Jesus, peace be upon him, and Moses splitting the ocean and so on. And what is the evidence as a Muslim is the verses from the Quran in Surah Qamar.
اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر وإن يروا آية يعرضوا ويقولوا سحر مستمر.
First two ayat, these two verses clearly state that this happened. Now some people, they say, oh, this didn't happen, this will happen closer to the Day of Judgment and so on. But that is incorrect. As you can see on your screen, the great scholar of Islam, Ibn Kathir, in his tafsir, in explanation, he wrote that this happened during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as has been mentioned in the Quran and also in ahadith mutawatira, in numerous narrations with authentic asanid that are sahiha, authentic chains of narrators, as has been authentically reported from Ibn Mas'ud, and he mentions the narration, and he says that this is something that has been agreed upon by the scholars of Islam, that the moon was split during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and this was from the great miracle of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So from the Quran itself, from the mutawatir sahih ahadith, and from the agreement of the scholars of Islam, we know this happened. But what about the skeptic? What about the atheist? What about the agnostic? What about somebody who says that this is an extraordinary event, and this type of a claim that is an extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence? Okay, so this video is really for them. Let's talk about where did the moon come from. As you see, the moon that we see in front of us, at night, out, bright, where are the origins of the moon? So there are some theories, and NASA and all these organizations that go out and they research, they have no eyewitness accounts. But one of the theories is that there was a giant impact. This hypothesis has been put forward that a Mars-sized planet called Theia crashed into the Earth, and what you will see is a picture of an artist's imagination, renderation of what it might have looked like. Obviously, we have no video. We don't have a Twitter-approved YouTube video to post of it. But NASA and others have said that there was a giant impact that hit the Earth, and debris from the Earth came out from this impact and formed over long periods of time, mostly about 4.5 billion years ago, and it formed into the moon that we have today. Okay. Now, this is an extraordinary claim as well, without any actual evidence. What are some of the indications that this may have happened? Well, they said, well, the moon has an orbit kind of like the Earth and its core and this, and they found many traces, even though we have no such crater that we can point to on Earth that where this impact happened and so on. But they found traces on the moon and things, and they deduced this, and this is taught to us in university classes and in high schools and so on. Even though we have no eyewitness account, we have no actual physical evidence and so on. Things like this are accepted with certain evidences, even if they are not something that we can play on a video on our computer screens, right? For example, in history we're told about the 7 wonders of the ancient world, 7 marvelous, extraordinary wonders that were there in the ancient world. One of them is still standing, and that's the pyramids in Giza. So that one we can go look at, no doubt. But the other 6 we have no actual evidence for. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, for example, which would be in current day Turkey. But in reality, there's no physical evidence of them at all. So why do we teach them in history? Why do we accept them? Because we do have some oral traditions. We don't have any written first-hand reports of them. We have no physical evidence of them. But based on many oral traditions, most historians would agree that they did exist. The temple of Artemis, the statue of Zeus in Olympia, Greece, again, none of that stands today. We have no first-hand eyewitness accounts, but from oral traditions about having seen these places, we believe they existed. The lighthouse of Alexandria, something insane. Look at the pictures that you have, and these are all artist renditions because we don't have any actual pictures. We didn't have cell phones or Canon cameras to go out and take picters of them. But based on oral traditions, we do believe that these extraordinary structures existed. The famous Colosseum, the Colossus of Rhodes, all of these extraordinary historic accounts have no eyewitness. So, having said that, we would deduce that even oral traditions are accepted to believe in some very extraordinary claims. But the splitting of the moon is no doubt more amazing. It's something amazing. It's something that is not like a huge building or something like this. So we would want some really extraordinary proof. And no doubt, the splitting and uniting of the moon in a single night is something amazing, something that is very extraordinary, something that it's not a naturally occurring event. We as Muslims are not claiming that this was some kind of a natural event, that, you know, some asteroid just came and hit the moon. No, this was a miracle. This was a sign from the creator of the universe that this man, Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a true prophet of God.